Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Wesley of Wesley's Beats and Wesley's Beats Internet Radio. Okay, and today I've got an exclusive interview with a young lady who is doing some fantastic work. I'd like for you to meet Kim, Kim Spencer, and she goes by the name Kimmy Oooh. Okay, Kim, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hi, Wesley. Nice to
I'm
see
great.
you.
It's good to see you
How are
too, and
you?
thank you. Thank you for taking your time to come out and talk with me for a little while.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. You're very welcome. The first thing we're going to talk about, can you tell me how you got started in music? What age were you? What was your influence to actually do music?
Prince was my influence.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and I was the only child until I was 16 and a half. So I remember every Saturday morning getting up with my mom. She would be cleaning the house and playing records. And
Uh-huh.
I was like 5 or 6 listening to Prince, had no business listening to Prince, but I
Okay.
fell in love with Prince. So
Okay.
that's how I fell in love with music in general. She would play Coltrane, Luther Vandross. Oh, yes. And it was just like a symphony every Sunday in my house.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good. So where are you from?
I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
I currently live here as well still, but I have traveled and lived other places.
Okay. Okay. That's good. So, when you first started in music, did you sing in school? Did you sing just at home? How did you actually get into the position that you're in now?
Well, I did choir in school. It I was in a lot of things in school. I participated in everything because I never wanted to be at home. Um, but it started with chorus, and
Okay.
then I also was a writer. I've been writing since the age of 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, I was the only child until I was like 16. My parents were very young and they both worked 2 jobs. So I spent a lot of time by myself. I wasn't
Hmm.
really big into TV, but I did write all the time, like
Okay.
about everything, my experiences. And then I started rapping in my 20s. I fell in
Oh,
love with Little Kim when she came out
yeah,
and
yeah.
MC Light, the big wave of the brat, the big wave of female rappers. And I'm like, ooh, I could do that.
Right.
And one day I just turned one of my poems. I was listening to the old Vanity Nasty
Uh-huh.
song. And I was
Hmm.
listening to that. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just started, reading what I wrote down on paper to the melody, and it opened up from there. And I've been doing it ever since. Ever since.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And I find that music is really a personal experience. Normally, the best songs come from personal experiences. So
Yes.
you being a writer and writing at that young age, there's a lot of things that you have, I'm sure you have written down that
Yes.
you can just turn into songs.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So right now, um, what are you working on? Do you have a song? I know you got a couple songs out.
I
So
do
tell me
have a
about
couple
them.
songs out.
Let's
I
start.
have 2 songs out right now. My first debut song came out January 17th, Little Things, which you know about, and you
Yes,
are a fan of that song.
yes,
My second song that came out, I also wrote and sang Blueprint.
right.
Uh, that's came out in March, and sorry about that. May, I want to say it came out in May.
Okay,
And I am currently working on, I have a rap project with some producers in Chicago.
okay,
I have 2 R&B projects coming up. I have a
mhm,
duet coming up with the producer of Little Things,
okay,
called All I See Is You. That should be dropping like hopefully in the next 2 weeks, just in time for this summer heat. So
right.
I'm writing every day. I have tons of projects going on, and then I also have a show next week here in my city. So I'm looking forward to that next Saturday.
Okay, so you're doing big things,
I am doing
and
big
a
things.
lot of
Oh,
it.
and I
Yes,
just came back from the BET weekend experience where I performed
yes,
my song Blueprint. So I am moving. I'm
that's
moving and shaking. Yes.
yes. That's good. So, what is it like
Amen.
to be in the position that you're in now? Because when you're younger, you just kind of think about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But now you're in the middle of it.
I am.
So how does it feel to be in the middle and being on BET, number one, and getting all this recognition, and how do you keep a level head with all that you have going on?
Well, first of all, it's very surreal. Um,
Right.
everyone loves to say I always knew it was going to happen.
Hmm.
But I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to happen.
Right.
I kept the faith and had the
Yes.
hope. But I guess I would say it's just been, all the life experiences that I've been through that have helped me get to this point. At the end of the day, I'm still a mom. I still work a full-time job. So, I'm still a dual person, but I love what I do. It doesn't seem like work. It's not work to me. It's what I'm good at. It's what I do. So it's just a passion of mine, and I just do what I can to make it happen and still be a mother and still work a full-time job and still get everything else done that I need to do. It's just a passion of mine. I can't let it go. God won't let me let it go.
Yeah, yeah, I understand because I'm a producer,
Yeah.
and I've got plenty of, like, most instrumentals, but I've done a lot of collabs with different people across the country, um, and it's a lot going on. But
Hmm.
like you say, you also have a life too. So
Hmm.
you're a parent. You got to run the
Hmm.
household. You got to do a lot of other things, but it all fits. It
It does.
really all fits, and it seems like a lot, to some people, but once you put everything in perspective, you
Hmm.
stay grounded,
Yeah.
how all of this is happening.
Hmm.
Um, and it becomes one thing, and then it's a little more and a little more and a
Hmm.
little more. And,
Hmm.
so I totally understand, what you're saying, but it's good to be in the position. And I know that it's when you want something and then it actually happens, it's a total different experience. The
It is.
reality sets in. Yeah, reality sets in. And then one day you wake up and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm really doing this.
Hmm.
I'm really doing this. So, what you've got a few other awards
Hmm. I do.
besides being on BET. BET is huge. I think that is so huge. And
Yeah.
I've been following you. So when I heard that, I was like, go girl, you go girl.
Yes,
You
and it
really
just
doing it.
came out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I I never stopped writing, but as far as like the music, it had been a good 16 years since I had been in the studio, since I had
Uh-huh.
recorded anything. And, one day I just woke up and I'm like, is this all to my life? Am I just going to be at this desk and just
Right.
be a mom and just give up hope? And it was like, I don't care how I do it. I didn't have a lot of money. I just knew I was going to make it happen. And I started, with my YouTube page. I've always had the N1 music page since I started. So, I just start pushing and every day I started doing a little more and a little more, like you said, and boom, now we're here. I'm
Hmm.
so excited.
That's it. That's exactly how it works, and
Yes,
I've been through that
yes,
same process. Um, and it just makes you feel good. I feel good because I'm doing what I want to do. You know,
exactly.
I still
Yes.
have to live, so I have to work. I got to do all this other stuff. But to be doing what you really want to do, It,
Mm-hmm.
it's an awesome one experience,
Mm-hmm.
and mentally it makes it to where you can do what you want. Okay,
True.
you can do
True.
what you want. There's no,
Yeah.
and you have, you're a mother, so the really good thing is that your experiences, your successes, you get to teach your child or children
Yes.
and instill in them that you can do what you want to do.
Yes.
It's hard work, it's some sacrifice, but you can do it and you can make it. So
Mhm.
by you doing the things that you do, you actually are passing that down to the next generation. So they're not going to know anything other than success.
Amen. That's the
Yes,
hope. That is
that's
the
the hope.
hope. That is
Right.
the hope.
That is it. That is
And
it.
then also, at any age and stage for people our age group and up, is you still, as long as you breathe and you still have the possibility to do what you want to do,
That's right.
just got to keep at it, just like you go to work.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You put the effort, you put the time in, prioritize what you're doing so that you have time to do what you want to do. There's nothing worse than doing everything for somebody else, say your job, and never
Hmm.
doing what you want to do for yourself.
Hmm.
You have
Yes,
to you have to
important.
prioritize and fit in what you want to do, even if you start part-time, like most people
Right.
do. I mean, that's what
Right.
I did. So
Yeah.
so gosh, you're doing so much. It's where do you see yourself in like the next few years? Where are you
Um,
trying to go?
in the next few years, I see at least two albums out and to ears all over the world. I see myself as an international success as well.
Yes.
Um, I see myself building my city up. A lot of people get rich and they leave their city, they get successful and all of that and they leave their city and their state. And it's really important for me to stay here and build the community that I grew up in and that I once cherished so much. I want to bring that back. So, I have some community goals, some social goals. I want to write for other artists. I also want to collab with other artists. So, I'm just open for all possibilities when it comes to the music and the creative side of things.
And that's great. And like you said, a lot of people do. They become successful and then they leave where they came from. But you always have to remember where you came from. You
Right.
know, and if you can go back and support, um, just reach out and grab somebody and help somebody else. You
Mhm.
know, that's what makes teamwork makes the dream work.
All the
That's
day.
basically it. Teamwork makes the
Okay.
dream work. So
Yeah.
when who would you really like to collab with? Anybody that's out right now, or they don't even have to be famous. If you know a person, in your community or anywhere that you would like to collab with, who would that be?
Oh,
That's a loaded question, wasn't
that's a loaded question.
it?
Somebody famous. I would love to work with Leon Thomas, uh,
Okay.
Sir, uh, low and any low. Like I love indie artists. I like the new artists that are coming out. I don't really have a go-to person, but I listen to at least one of his songs every single day. So that would be
Okay.
my person for
That
right
would
now.
be your pick. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, um, what would you tell people? Anybody who's like just getting ready to get started or thinking about going into music, what would you tell them that would possibly help them further their career?
Mm, First thing I would say is get out your head.
Yes,
And, that's the first, get out your head, get out your own way.
right.
Everything is not going to be, you're not going to have everything together. You're not going to have all the finances. You're not going to have all the resources right away, but just do it. Like, just start somewhere. And again, keep, going at it every single day. Just do a little more and a little more and a little more, and just keep building, and stay open, stay versatile, and don't worry about the numbers. I would tell every artist, don't worry about the numbers. Just all of that will come. Just stay focused on your creative, and stay confident in yourself. I would say
Right.
that. Hmm.
Hmm. And that's key.
Yeah.
When I'm asked the same question, my answer is the same. Just a
Hmm.
little bit different words, but it's the exact same. You
Hmm.
get on the road to where you want to go. The people that you need will come.
They sure will.
They
They
will
sure
come.
will.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And a lot of times you don't know where they're coming from or when they're going to come, but they will show up, you know.
Yes.
But you
Yes.
you definitely have to stay focused.
Yes.
Um, so where can people find your music?
My music can be found on my YouTube page. It's YouTube Kimmy Oooh. That's Kimmy, the letter O three times, and the letter H. You can also find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, all the major music platforms under Kimmy Oooh, or search my song Little Things or Blueprint. Also, my fave, where I found you and where we all started, n1music.com / Kimmy Oooh. Like, I will forever rock with N1 Music.
Yes.
So that's how I met you, and so many other connections that I've made in the last, several months. So it's been beautiful.
Yes, yes. Well, I've made some really good contacts off of that same site. You know,
Nice.
I've produced for one guy off of that site out of Providence, Rhode Island. So,
Oh, nice.
some people say, it's not worth it. But,
Mhm.
if you make one connection, if you just make one connection, to me,
Right.
that's worth it. That
Right.
is absolutely worth it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and look at us now. So,
Right. And I mean, how else would we have met? What are the
true.
chances that we would have met anyway? You know?
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Well, is there anything else that you would like to for people to know that I didn't cover?
Um, just stay on the lookout for me, and I plan to keep the music world on their toes. I like every genre of music, so you never know what I'm going to come up with next.
Hmm.
And just thank you so much for this platform.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, thank you so much for coming and taking your time to actually sit down and talk to me. It's been a pleasure. It's been absolutely a pleasure. Thank you
It
so much.
has, Leslie. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, dear.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kimmy Oooh. Please go and listen. Go look up her music. Go listen to her music. She's going to shock you. I promise you're going to fall in love with this lady. Okay, Kimmy, thanks again for coming on and sharing a few minutes and sharing your story with me. I really, really do appreciate you.
I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. Take care,
Okay,
everyone.
all right, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Bye.
It's the little things that you do. Keep me so inspired all over you. Your pretty smile, your sexy style make me wanna come over and stay a while. It's the life you live, the time you give, the patience you have to get my drift. Make me wanna